Hey everyone, welcome back to DemDMs. My name is Matt.
I'm Panda Ghost.
I'm Patrick.
Today we're going to be continuing on with our Season 2 reactions of Legend of Vox Machina, this time Episode 7. As some of you might have noticed, two of our normal reactors have unfortunately gone against convention and split the party, as it were. Much like our heroes right now are currently having a problem with. So hopefully in the coming week or so they can catch up, and we can have them for future reactions and stuff through, as we go along. But if you would like to see a video from them, maybe giving their thoughts on the episodes that they missed, let us know down in the comments section so we can get that together for you. As well as if you guys have any questions for us or for our channel or anything like that, make sure that you're going to put those questions down below in the comments section as well, or go over to our announcement video that we linked down in the comments section and put your questions there. It's a good way to kind of let us know what you're thinking and what you want to talk about, and get answers from us in a timely fashion, as well as get your name shout out on the videos. So be sure to do that, and other than that, I think that's about it. So let's slide on in.
The fuck is that?
Oh, no. Oh.
Breathe, all right? Just tell us what you remember.
You tried to take us to the next vestige. Umbersill disrupted my spell. I managed to transport us here, but the others went somewhere else.
I like the
If you hadn't,
rainbow
they wouldn't just
color
be
to
lost.
everything,
They'd be dead.
But Pike, she was...
With Grog and Scanlan. We have to believe they're okay.
Where the hell are we? Well...
Yeah.
I was about to ask where the hell's Trinket, and I just remembered that Trinket's in the Pokeball.
Yeah.
It's here. Somewhere.
Yeah. More importantly, where's Trinket?
Oh, that is the prettiest bird I have ever...
All that.
Friends, welcome to the Fey Realm.
Like the never-ending story.
Yeah.
Without Pike, we don't have a healer, and without Grog,
that?
we don't have our muscle, and without Scanlan,
It's a shuriken.
we have...
Less
Ooh,
dick
it's like
jokes.
bioluminescent.
Ugh, this grass is making
Yeah.
me dizzy.
Scanlan said his vision of the Fey Realm was like a drug trip.
And that the Fenthoraspo was inside a twisted tree in a bog.
He also said sheep's milk is his favorite lubricant, so...
Ugh.
No, thank you.
So unnecessary.
You needn't worry. Follow my lead, and we'll be just fine.
It's Snake.
There's a certain staff, I think, that does that, like the snake.
Cold again.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes.
I
An
think one of the
awoken
characters
growth.
in campaign
The environment
3B
may react to your
currently has
mood.
that.
Just project
Not possible.
positivity, and it will
Let
remain
us know down in the
harmless.
comments.
It's so weird seeing Mr. Brooding Edgelord over here, all like chipper and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine that, like, just even like the air of the Feywild is like hallucinogenic or, like laughing gas, right?
How did these guys show up? I was wondering if they'd show that this episode or not. They'd only
Vax?
follow the other group.
Vax,
Yeah, well, it definitely doesn't look like the Feywild.
where is everybody? Pike!
That's a lot of blood.
So sorry. What did I do? Mikey, did you stop leaking?
I'm trying, buddies, but the wound won't close all the way.
Yikes.
I knew it. I knew it. That sword is totally fucking evil. That thing nearly killed her.
It wasn't the sword's fault. I mean, maybe it egged me on a little.
They do not understand. Look how strong I made you.
The wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
It's not good at those.
Since you
That's why you never give
You're
give the
They are
barbarian
jealous.
the cursed item.
Grog?
Actually, in most cases, don't give your players cursed items.
buddies, don't do this.
Oh. Oh, he's trying to break it.
Destroying me.
Yeah.
You're destroying us.
Do it, buddies.
If this is the end, I'm taking you with me.
That's a lot of blood. It's like a scene from The Shining.
There is an explanation for that. You see, time's a bit wonky. Farewell.
Okay.
What you doing?
Everything's okay now.
Is it?
Why aren't they
I thought
showing
you
his
healed him.
face?
Yeah, I tried. But whatever Craven Edge did, I couldn't reverse
His
it.
arms are a little smaller.
My muscles! Where'd they go?
No.
Oh, coach! I'm as beauty as Max!
Easy, easy, buddy. Plus, Pike says there's an elixir that can bring your muscles back.
You can make one of those?
Well, not without ingredients, but I think I know where we can get help.
Why are you spying on us? Who are you?
No one. So can you put me down?
Gladly.
I know that voice.
Who are you and why are you following us?
A simple wanderer who enjoys a little entertainment. You can call me Garmili.
Curious. Keeping notes on us, will you?
No, don't open that. No.
Oh.
Oh my.
Okay.
Unless you like them. Art is subjective. Oh, no need to be angry, seeing as how Garmili can guide you where you need to go.
And how do you know where we want to go?
Didn't say where you want to go. Said where you need to go.
You sure you don't need any help?
I think I got it.
Wham.
I wonder what his score actually is at right now.
Come on, man.
Well, we got some miles behind us.
At first, I thought they were gonna start playing Country Roads there. I mean, it does kind of sound like.
And a big old dummy riding on a magic hand.
Oh, I can't even drink. Oh, God, this is worse than death.
You're not Pete Grog, but there's plenty of stuff you're still useful for. A doorstop, paperweight. Hey, you'd make a neat rug, huh?
What rug?
Travis has got to be having so much fun recording this.
Huh? What, did I say something wrong again?
That's sweet.
No, you're making fun of me.
No, I never thought I'd see Scanlan the caregiver. It's not a bad thing.
Scanlan?
Oh, God! Shoot! Shoot! Get off it!
Welcome to the Fey Realm. Huh? Garmili's here to help when you need him.
I
I
can
have to blur
literally see
so
the
much
bog
of
we
this
need.
episode.
Thank
Yeah, right.
Sounds like you have all the answers then.
Oh, they're pretty. Which
I mean,
means
where's
they're probably
Edgelord
super
Supreme?
deadly.
Whatever they are, we should keep moving.
Oh, there he is. He's lagging behind.
Ooh, they don't like him.
Me again.
It's
Loopy.
What the fuck?
Would that be considered an oozy thing? In the
the
D&D
plants
world?
in this realm are real assholes.
Oh, it looks more like a jelly to me.
I didn't.
Take it.
Drink it!
Yeah.
So I guess yeah,
Sally!
technically you can use the
Thank
bear's
goodness.
mount.
I was worried those spores might have
And the mount rules are not very specific.
affected you.
Uh-oh.
That's
Smoking the good ganja. Whoa. Was that a reference to,
yeah, I was just thinking about that.
You are super fucked
I didn't
up.
count how many eyes there were.
fucking trinket?
I know, right?
That voice too.
Oh my god.
What?
See, I was thinking cold was its weakness. Freeze the damn thing.
It's the way everything's reacted. It's as if the realm's against you.
It's this
'Cause
armor.
it is.
The matron. I'm headed in a different direction from the rest of you, but where I'm going, I don't think you can follow.
Why would you try to catch it, man? Let it out.
Garmilli was merely the traveler on this journey.
They escaped.
Oh, it's been a while since we've
Focus
seen
on the
Thordak.
relics. They could imbue the Conclave with incredible power. Our ascension would be assured. It is already assured.
Hubris.
I'm useless. Might as well replace me with a corpse.
See, I feel like
Guys!
Pike should have
Guys!
greater restoration, which would
We're here.
undo the effect. So I don't understand how this works mechanically from a D&D perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's more of like a curse.
I feel like these problems could be solved with a remove curse or a
City
greater
almost
restoration
looks
spell.
elven.
Yeah, and I think
That's
she's
because
saying
it is.
something along the lines of like
single.
needing components.
You've been
so
there
maybe
before.
that's part of it too. That
We
she can
lived
cast
there.
it, she just doesn't have the components.
Yeah,
to do it.
maybe.
Without
Although they talked about a potion, so I don't know, but it could just be spell components.
All right.
And I missed the last part of that because I was talking.
They showed up to Singorn, which is in the Feywild.
Right, okay.
Interesting stuff. I mean, I picked up a couple of voices along the way. I'm interested to see. I think Patrick, you were shaking your head at one point too, like you recognized a couple of them as well. Panda, did you recognize Garmili's voice?
That's the satyr, right? Was that Matt Mercer?
Nope.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. Then I'm
It wasn't? I thought it was.
Oh.
Nope. That was Billy Boyd.
Oh shit!
Yep. So maybe we'll get to hear more of him next episode.
Yeah. Get more of the Lord
but-
of the Rings cast in there.
Yeah. But yes, Matt, I believe, is voicing Umbrasyl.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that
so-
in previous episodes.
As well as obviously the voice of Trinket. This I did know beforehand is Cheech.
Oh, right. Fitting.
Yep.
Absolutely fitting.
They literally got him to voice for, at least as far as we know, one scene, right? But definitely worth it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some interesting things that were dropped. For our audience, I picked them up. I don't want to spoil them because I don't think our other two know. So we'll see if what more is revealed in the next couple episodes. But what was revealed in this one was, obviously Pike, Scanlan, and Grog are still on Exandria. They're now in Tal'Dorei, though. What I believe is somewhat close to Westrun, probably. Just based off of our own previous theories of where they're probably going to send them, right? So that would make a lot of sense. And we're seeing, obviously at the end of the episode here, we're seeing Singorn, the elvish city that Vax and Vex grew up in with their father. Because in the world of Exandria, Singorn has the ability to shift between the Feywild and the material plane. In a means of, that's how a lot of the elves stayed alive during the calamity, is they kind of teleported away. Which, goes to show you kind of their bravery, if you will. That they were just, they were out, right? And rightfully so for the calamity, but still. But yeah, man, this whole thing was like an acid trip, but that acid trip was like an acid trip on acid. That was crazy and nuts. I don't know. It was very bright and very colorful and very, goofy and, everything you would want from that kind of a situation, right? One of the things you kind of notice throughout some of the campaigns is they tend to gravitate toward the drugs a lot, campaign to campaign. So definitely something that I think they wanted to get into here. but yeah, I mean, what's interesting is we're seeing kind of like this environmental kind of repulsion of Vax, right? You know, and from, you know, not that this is really described, I believe, in the campaign, but canonically in 4th edition, which is where Matt Mercer got a lot of these gods from, the Queen of Ravens, or the Matron of Ravens, or the Raven Queen, whatever you want to call her, canonically her kind of home plane is the Shadowfell, right?
Oh,
which is
that
kind of the opposite of
right
the Feywild, right?
Yeah, that
both
makes
are
a lot more sense.
Yeah. You know, if there is a planar wheel, and in that planar wheel, it kind of shows you like opposites, or, you know, how planes are seemingly connected to each other, right? And the Feywild and Shadowfell is always kind of described as two halves of a circle that kind of frame the material plane, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so that could be what they're going for here. It sounds like Vax is taking it more of like, you know, the path that I'm on is not the path that you guys are on, and it's kind of, I'm getting pulled in a different direction. And maybe that's like, you know, he's thinking the Raven Queen is kind of causing this. I don't know. We did see her kind of face appear in the blob. Right. But yeah. Also, yeah, I think that's a very interesting creature, right? Like, you get to see like small creatures that kind of form into one, which is kind of the opposite of what like oozes do, right?
Right.
A lot of oozes will, you know, you attack them and you do so much damage, and they'll kind of bisect themselves into smaller parts. So I wonder if, like you said, maybe it's some sort of, you know, oozekin, or, you know, jelly or something, right? Interesting. But yeah, that those vines, or whatever that staff was that he picked up, that Percy picked up, definitely reminds me of, for those who know campaign 3, Fern. Her magical staff is a staff that, you know, when she activates, it has 3 python heads that come alive, and can do poison damage and stuff. It's a common magic item in D&D.
Oh, see, I thought it was a just a variant on the snake staff that one of your characters had, and when we went through Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, so there's Staff of the Python, which can basically summon in a really giant snake, constrictor snake. And then there's her staff, which I think is also a staff from D&D. I don't know the name offhand. I think there's like a Staff of the Adder and a Staff of something else as well. So definitely, you know, might be kind of leaning towards that. And that character is from the Feywild, so that would kind of thematically work, right?
Right.
Which is interesting because, at least from what we're told, there's, you know, we might see some of those characters pop up. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
With how you know, the Feywild kind of works. So that'd be interesting to see if that happens.
Interesting that we saw 2 nods to, or a nod to campaign 2 and a nod to campaign 3 in this episode.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to count the eyes. We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Or if somebody wants to let us know down in the comment section, you know, if there were in fact 9 eyes, which we all, you know, we're a little bit all more familiar with campaign 2,
right,
on the channel, and that is something that we do know comes into play, right? Don't really want to go too much more into that because obviously the series is gonna deal with that. So yeah. But yeah, interesting. I like that we're seeing, you know, they're not forgetting Trinket, which is kind of what it felt like in season 1, right? And what also kind of happened in the campaign a lot too, to be honest. Like Trinket would come out, you know, if he would come out, he would come out for a round and get the crap beat out of him and then go back in the Pokeball usually.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw that with in our current campaign that we're running. If you want to see that, check out whatever, go to our channel, check it out.
Secrets of Garia.
Yeah, Secrets of Garia. Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to figure about your pets when.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's one of those things where I feel like this is, you know, a common gripe with the Beastmaster Ranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, you know, your beast companion at a certain level becomes kind of irrelevant, right? You know, I think Matt Mercer did a really good job of kind of keeping pace a little bit more with Trinket, but obviously, you know, when they get to a certain level, it's still going to be hard to. I mean, he is just a bear, right? Like, you can train him up and give him tricks and everything like that, but eventually, it's a bear, right? But he specifically, I think, gave them the magic item to basically allow you know, him to come out and do what he's gonna do, and then if he gets downed, he automatically goes back into the Pokeball, which, you know, is a good design, I think. It's just kind of, it makes it a little bit more, I guess, freeing for the Ranger to use their Beast Companion, which is, you know, something that I think, you know, most people when they're making a character, they're gonna come up with some, you know, if they're going to make a Beast Companion or some other, you know, familiar or something, they generally try to come up with a, you know, a story about how they obtained that creature, and a lot of times that creature becomes another character of the party, and you don't want to be the reason why that character just dies.
Right.
And you also don't want to have the Ranger constantly be finding new companions to bond with and everything else, right?
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, it's kind of hard to keep your beasts safe because beasts are beasts. They attack with melee, right? They're going to be right up there with, you know, fighting in melee and stuff.
Yeah, it's why a lot of people tend to go for, like, the flying creatures and stuff, too, because they're a little bit easier to move around the battlefield and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if they have flyby attack, you know. They have far more survivability than a bear who's going to be, you know, yes, at lower levels it's just a big sponge of hit points, right? But at higher levels, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same problem with like mounts and stuff, right? You know, I think, I don't know, it's one of the things that is another common gripe with D&D builds, but
yeah.
Nevertheless, exciting stuff. Anything else we want to talk about, guys?
No, I think that just about does it.
All right. Well, make sure that you guys are liking this video as well as subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell to be notified when the next episode of this series comes out, as well as staying tuned for our actual play series, Secrets of Garia, as we mentioned, as well as maybe possible future videos with other members of the crew kind of giving their thoughts on this episode as well. But until next time, we will see you when we slide into DemDMs. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.